AI coding tools have created a very specific kind of trap. They make you feel fast before they make you feel responsible. You can open Cursor, ask an agent to build a feature, watch it create files, add packages, wire up config, pass a few tests, and all of a sudden, you have something that looks like progress. But it runs is not the same thing as it's production ready. This video is sponsored by Endor Labs. I'm going to use AURI by Endor Labs to look at a practical question. When AI helps you write code faster, how do you check whether it also helped you ship dependency, security, and policy crap you don't understand? Because the answer is not never use AI. That ship sailed. It generated a remediation plan and opened a pull request. The better answer is, if you're going to use AI to write code, you need a way to validate the risk while you still understand what changed. So this is not a please admire the dashboard demo. This is more like, okay, let's see if this works. AURI plugs into developer workflows with MCP, CLI, and editor integrations. In this case, I'm using it from Cursor. The point is that the security check is close to the place where the AI-generated code is being created, not buried later after everyone has mentally moved on. First, I'm going to show a clean project. This is a Hermes iPad client prototype. I created it with my own Hermes workflow, and it's a real prototype I kind of care about, not a fake repo built only to make a sponsor look good. When I run AURI on it, the useful result is kind of boring. Nothing dramatic jumps out. No giant your career's over kind of warning. It's just a clean scan. So the clean scan is the first sanity check. Can the tool look at a normal project and not waste my time? Now let's look at the more interesting case. This second project was created specifically for this demo with problems intentionally planted in it. That makes it much closer to the situation teams are walking into now. Code produced quickly, with a lot of confidence, by a system that's optimized to satisfy the prompt and make the thing appear to work. The project can still run. It can still look plausible. It can still feel like the agent did a good job. But when I run AURI on this one, we get 4 findings. The first finding is high severity. Command injection and IO-template. Then there's 2 medium severity reachable vulnerabilities, prototype pollution and IO-unset and omit, and a regular expression denial of service issue in IO-trim, end, and to number. And there's 1 low severity secret finding, some invalid Stripe style access token in index.js, verified inactive. That last detail matters. If the token is inactive, say that. Give me context, don't give me panic. The bigger point is the reachable vulnerability context. A generic dependency alert is easy to ignore. What I want to know is, does this matter in this code base? Is it reachable? Do I need to deal with it before this pull request becomes someone else's problem? That's the difference between output and engineering. Output is the agent-made files. Engineering is, I understand what those files depend on, what policies they violate, what risks they introduce, and what needs to be fixed before I ask anyone else to trust this. We talk about speed as if the bottleneck in software was always typing. Typing was never the problem in the first place. The bottleneck is trust. Can this code be reviewed? Can this dependency go into production? Did the agent introduce something that violates a policy? Did it pull a package because it was convenient, not because it was safe? Did it solve the happy path when leaving behind some security problem that some tired reviewer has to discover at 4:45 p.m. on a Friday? But AI makes the mistake faster, neater, and easier to miss. It gives you a clean-looking diff with a messy supply chain behind it. And if your workflow only catches that later, after the pull request, after the team has mentally accepted that the work is done, then you did not save time. You borrowed time from the security review. This is why I like the idea of AURI has a check layer inside the AI-assisted workflow. Endor Labs positions AURI as a security intelligence layer for AI-assisted development. It can run through MCP and developer tool integrations, so the loop becomes a lot tighter. Generate the code, scan the project, look at the dependency, security, policy, and secret findings. Understand whether the warning is actually relevant. Fix the problem while the context is still fresh. Then move toward review. That loop is different from let the AI write whatever it wants and hope CI or AppSec catches the expensive parts later. A junior developer might get praise for making the thing appear to work. A senior developer is supposed to reduce uncertainty. That means you should be able to say not just the agent built it, but I checked what it introduced. You should know whether the dependency is risky, whether the scan is clean, whether the finding is reachable, and whether the generated project had issues before you hand it to someone else. Because if AI makes you generate more code while understanding less about it, that's not leverage. That's debt with better autocomplete. What I'm saying is that AI coding needs guardrails in the same place AI coding happens. If the AI is adding packages, the workflow should check package risk. If it's changing application code, the workflow should check for security issues. If the generated project includes something that looks like a secret, you should learn that before it becomes a Slack incident with 12 people typing at the same time. The Hermes iPad client scan shows the quiet side, a normal AI-assisted project where the tool does not invent drama. The intentionally broken demo project shows the useful side, a fast-generated code base where the scan gives me specific findings I need to deal with before I call it production ready. That contrast is the point. AI coding makes it easier to create software quickly. It also makes it easier to create software you don't completely understand. And that second part is where teams get hurt. Not because AI is evil, because speed without validation just moves risks downstream. So the career move is not to become the person who refuses AI. And it's definitely not to become the person who just blindly ships whatever the agent produces because the demo worked. The career move is to build a workflow where AI can help you move faster without making everyone else pay for the mess. For me, that means security checks need to be close to the editor, close to the agent, and close to the moment the code is created. AURI by Endor Labs is one way to do that. Use it like a practical check layer for AI-generated code, reachable dependency risk, security issues, and secret findings before they turn into review blockers or production surprises. AURI for developers is free for individual developers, and the Quick Start developer flow is designed to be low friction. No account, no sign up, no credit card, and your code stays on your machine. If you're using AI coding tools and you want to know whether the thing you generated is actually safe enough to keep moving, try AURI for free at the link in the description and the pinned comment. And the next time your agent proudly tells you that your feature is done, don't stop at does it run? Ask the better question. What did it just introduce?